What is up guys, Ramhana1 here and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 67. Now guys, today I'm pretty excited because we have some new cards. Not only are they new cards, but they're cards in the Shadow Spectra pack, the one that's coming out after Judgment of Light. So that means not only are we getting new cards, but we're also getting a lot of new archetypes with it, and it's the dark set. There's going to be so much dark support in this, and I just cannot wait to see what all the cards are. But today, I'm covering one of the archetypes in it called Ghostrick. This is a pretty different archetype from what we've, especially from what I've seen before. I've never seen anything like this. Reading through the cards at the beginning, I was thought, meh, what are these? What are they about? I don't really get the point of them. But then when you get through all of the cards and you see, alright, this is what the XYZ does, this is what the Spell and Traps does, blah 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 blah, you actually get a feel for the archetype and you can see, oh, this is going to do this and this is how they're going to win duels. So I'm going to go through each of the cards here and then give you some of my thoughts on them at the end of the video. So first up here we have Ghostrick Lantern. This card is a level 1, 800 attack, 0 defense, Dark Fiend, and its effect is, this card cannot be normal summoned unless you control a Ghostrick monster, but it can be normal set. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. Now that beginning of the effect is common through all of the Ghostrick cards. And then its unique effect is, when an opponent's monster attacks you directly or attacks a Ghostrick monster you control for an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position. So these cards do work a lot with being face down on the field, negating opponent's attack and making your opponents become face down defense position monsters. So like I said, it does start off a bit weird, but when I get to the last few cards you'll really understand what this archetype is about, so definitely stay tuned to the end of the video. Next we have Ghostrick Spectre. It's a Dark Fiend, level 1, 600 defense, or 600 attack, 0 defense. The beginning of its effect is the exact same thing, and its unique effect is when a Ghostrick monster is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position, and if you do, draw one card. Then we have Witch of the Ghostrick. This is a dark spellcaster, level 2, 1200 attack, 200 defense. Its beginning of its effect is the exact same thing, and once per turn you can target one face up monster your opponent controls, change it to face down defense position. As you can see now, we're starting to get into the making your opponents become face down defense position monsters, so starting to get a little bit more of a feel for it. Then we have Snow Woman of the Ghostrick. This is a dark spellcaster, level 2, 1000 attack, 800 defense. Its beginning of its effect is the exact same thing, and its unique effect is when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can change the monster that destroyed it to face down defense position. That monster's battle position cannot be changed. So that's actually very good. The monster's battle position cannot be changed. It doesn't say this turn, doesn't say to the end of next turn. It just flat out cannot be changed. So that card, if this card is face down, Snow Woman, and someone destroys it, like let's just give an example, Bloodluster Soldier in Boy of the Beginning, that's a useless card now. And when that's face down, you're in trouble. So very good effect here. Next we have Ghostrick Jinanzi. And it's a zombie card, dark, level 3, 400 attack, 1800 defense. The beginning of its effect is the exact same thing, and its unique effect reads, when this card is flipped face up, you can add one Ghostrick monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of Ghostrick monsters you control. You can only activate the effect of this card once per turn. It's a good effect. I mean, there aren't too many really high level Ghostrick monsters. They seem to get better as the levels go up. 1, 2, 3, there isn't any 4s. So yeah, you're always going to be able to get at least the level 1s out, possibly level 2s, sometimes even level 3s, so that's a nice little plus there. Next we have Ghostrick Steen. Now this is like meant to be a Frankenstein sort of thing, or it might be Ghostrick Stein. But anyway, dark zombie, level 3, 1600 attack, 0 defense. The beginning of its effect is the exact same thing, and its unique effect is when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can add one Ghostrick spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. This is probably going to be one of the main cards for the deck. Like I said, this card, this archetype, is going to start off a little confusing, but when I get through the video it's going to make more sense. The spell and traps is what really make this archetype work, and this card is going to get those spell and trap cards into your hand, so it's going to be a key card for the deck. And then we have the XYZ monster, Ghostrick Alucard. This is a dark zombie, rank 3, 1800 attack, 1600 defense. It requires 2 level 3 monsters, and its effect reads: your opponent cannot target other Ghostrick monsters or face down monsters for attacks. You can deattach 1 XYZ material from this card and target 1 set monster your opponent controls, or 1 set card your opponent controls, destroy that target. You can only use the effect of Ghostrick Alucard once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Ghostrick card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. So it's got a nice little effect here. You can deattach XYZ materials to target set cards your opponent controls and destroy them. Now I thought it was just monsters reading it at first, but it's actually set cards, so that means spell and traps as well. So yeah, you can take out the back row with it. Very nice effect. And plus, when it's destroyed, when it's dead and gone, you can add a Ghostrick card from your graveyard back to your hand, whether that be a spell, trap, monster, whatever it may be. It's just a nice little plus. And now we get into the spells and traps. Now there's 1 spell, it's a field spell, and there's 2 trap cards. So I'll cover the field spell first. Ghostrick House. Face down monsters cannot be targeted for attacks. If the only monster a player controls are face down, their opponent's monsters can attack them directly. Half any battle damage from monsters except Ghostrick monsters, or affect damage either player takes. Now, like I said, this is the card that makes your deck. So the whole point of this archetype is to set every single monster your opponent controls into face down defense position, and then you want to use that to have your monsters then in an attack position to attack them directly. Now this is where Stein and things like that come in. When it affects battle damage to your opponent, you can add spell and trap cards from your hand. You're not destroying your opponent's monsters to attack directly. You're laying them flat on the field so they can't do anything, and then you're jumping over them and attacking them directly. You want your opponent's monsters there. That is how you're going to succeed with this archetype. And that's where I was coming from, where I said this is something different, this is something new. Never before have we really had an archetype that really relies on your opponent having monsters on the field, except for things maybe like burn decks or something along those lines. Never have we had an archetype where we want your opponent to have their monsters on the field face down in that position, so we can then use our effects to jump over them, attack, and then pull off all other kinds of effects. The next card we have is Ghostrick Out. Now this is a normal trap card, and its effect is reveal 1 Ghostrick monster in your hand. For the rest of the turn, Ghostrick cards and face down defense position monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. I see this being the card that protects you and wins you the duel. So you've set all your opponent's monsters, they're all nice and face down on the field. You've got your nice army of Ghostricks there, and they're like, ooh, I've got a Mirror Force back here, I'm gonna be okay. Nope. Play Ghostrick out, reveal 1 Ghostrick monster in your hand, and for the rest of your turn, your Ghostricks are protected and they cannot be destroyed by card effects. That's game. This is going to be a very good card to help you win the duel. And the last trap card we have, and the last Ghostrick card for now, is Ghostrick Panic. Now this is a very good card, and this is going to just, this is going to flip the tables within seconds. So its effect is, target any number of face down defense position monsters you control. Change them all to face up defense position, then change face up monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position up to the number of Ghostrick monsters flip face up by this effect. Like I said, this is going to turn the tables in an instant. You're not working now. You don't have to use each individual effect of each of your monsters to get your opponent's monsters into face down defense position. You can just use this 1 trap card and boom, all your monsters are face up, ready to attack, ready to go, and now all their monsters are face down and defenseless, worthless at this stage in the game because of the Ghostrick archetype. So my thoughts on this archetype, I love it. At the time of recording this video, they are not currently on Dev Pro, but I cannot wait until they are. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on these cards and really trying them out. And a lot of these effects reads that a lot of the effects apply to Ghostrick or face down defense position cards, so that could possibly mean that there are going to be cards that work with this set that are probably already here. One I'm thinking of, the bat, I can't remember, Sonic Bat, something like that. When it's flip face up, deals 1000 points of damage to your opponent. Something like that could be really useful in this deck as well, because most of these effects protect Ghostrick and face down defense position monsters, so I'm really looking forward to see what other cards get thrown into this archetype to really help the deck out. So guys, 2 things to the comment section down below. 1, what do you think of this archetype as a whole? Do you like it? Let me know. And 2, what cards would you throw into this deck to make it that extra special? Like I said, Ghostrick and face down monsters are really going to be helpful in this deck. What face down defense position monsters do you think are going to help this deck out? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, remember to give it a like, rating, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Again guys, this is Ram1, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.